Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is another continuation of Twist of Faith. So if you have already watched the previous ones, then let's continue with this. Rhea thinks to take Rambo with her to meet Nishant, and she asked the watchman, and Rhea got to know that Rambo went to the police station, and Rhea thinks that Rambo went to give his shoulder to Prachi and comfort her while she is in police custody. Abby couldn't find Pragya outside, and he thinks that why was he looking at the lady that was going there earlier while crying, and he thinks that he only gets such feeling with Pragya. Abby then concluded that his love for Prachi has connected him with her mother, and if he is feeling bad for Prachi, then he would feel bad for her mother, and he goes back to Prachi. And Prachi asks that did Abby meet her mom? Abby says that no, and Prachi says that she doesn't know why both Abby and her mom always miss seeing each other, and since when they got to Delhi, she has been getting into a lot of problems. Prachi said that she is scared for her mother because who will take care of her if anything happens to her, and Abby says that he would not let anything happen to Prachi and he is here for her. Prachi asks Abby to promise her that he will stay with her mother and take care of her if anything happens to her, like maybe if she is sent to life imprisonment. Abby said that nothing would happen to Prachi, and Prachi asked Abby to promise, but Abby says that he loves Prachi and he would not let anything happen to her or her mother, and he asked Prachi not to cry. Prachi insists that Abby should promise her, and Abby asks Rambo to turn his face away, and Abby tells Prachi that she reminds him of his elder daughter and his wife, and he would do everything to get Prachi out of jail, but he cannot promise Prachi anything because he has a bad record when it comes to promise. Rambo heard what Abby said, and he thinks that he now knows why Rhea hates Prachi so much, because Chief, that is Abby, really liked Prachi a lot. Rhea comes to the coffee shop to meet Nishant, and Rhea wanted to get angry and go, but Nishant asks her to give him 2 minutes and says that Rhea would not even be able to move after hearing what he was about to tell her. Rhea asks that what does Nishant want, and Nishant says that he wants money, and Rhea laughs and asks him to go and work to earn the money, but Nishant says that he has already worked for the money and is about to start earning the money because he is a businessman and he is asking for the money from his client who happens to be Rhea. Nishant says that he has the video in which Rhea's friend asks him on what to do with the drugs, and Rhea says that the video can be faked, and Nishant says that he will tell Rhea's dad about everything and the business that they had together, and one of the CCTV footage is missing and it is with him, and he asks Rhea to give him money in exchange for the proofs that he has against her. Nishant says that he knows that there is a fight between Prachi and Rhea, but that is not important because what is important is that Rhea's dad likes Prachi a lot and he would kick Rhea out if he comes to know about the truth. Rhea asks that how much money does Nishant want, and Nishant said that he wants 5,000, and Rhea said that it is too much. Nishant says that if he tells Abby about the truth, then Abby would be happy to give him 10,000, so Rhea should think about it. Abby and Vikram meet another lawyer, and the lawyer said that Abby's lawyer couldn't fight the case because there is no hope in this case, and every lawyer take up a case that they know that they would win. The lawyer asks Abby to tell the girl to accept the crime, and Abby says that why would she accept the crime when she has not done anything wrong, and the lawyer says that the public prosecutors will ask some questions and the questions would ruin Abby's respect if Abby did not back off. The lawyer says that no lawyer would take up the case, and Abby says that there may be some lawyer who thinks differently, and Abby lives there and meets with many other lawyers, and he also went home and called some lawyers, but none of them was ready to help, and Rhea sees Abby getting worried for Prachi, and she quickly goes to Abby's room, and she recalls Nishant blackmailing her to give him money. Rhea comes to Abby's room to steal the money, and she thinks that she is sorry but she have to do it. Abby sees the CCTV footage again and spends all night there, and Mira comes there and wakes him up, and she asks him to drink coffee because he hasn't eaten anything since morning. Abby says that his heart is beating fast because the court is closing for 2 days, which means that Prachi would be locked up for 2 days. Mira asks Abby not to worry, and Abby blames himself for Prachi's condition and says that since Prachi met him, Prachi is always landing in a pool of problems and he would blame himself if anything happens to Prachi. Abby says that Prachi is not his daughter, but he is feeling as if she is his blood. Mira says that maybe it is because Abby always wanted a daughter like Prachi, and Abby wants Rhea to be like Prachi, and Rambri overheard their conversation and it goes from there. Abby says that if anything happens to Prachi, then he would not be able to forgive himself. Pragya comes to the lawyer and the lawyer says that until Tuesday before they can do the bail hearing plea in the High Court because important cases will be for today. Pragya said that how can the lawyer say that her daughter's case is not important, and she asked the lawyer to think if Prachi is in her daughter's position, then what would she have done? Abby throws the things in the CCTV room and gets angry, and perhaps got there and assured Abby that they would go to the court tomorrow. Abby says that the court will be closed for 2 days, and Rambri was also there, and Abby says that Prachi used to regard to him as Superman like Kiara used to do, and he feels angry on himself because he couldn't save Prachi, and Purab says that he has called Mahesh and he would come soon to help them, and Rambri remembers Abby's word about Prachi and he decided to go to the police station. Rambru comes to the police station and the inspector asks him that why is Rambru here, and Rambru said that he came so that the inspector would release Prachi. The inspector asks Rambru if he is the chief minister, and Rambru says that he has come to get arrested because those drugs was for him and not for Prachi. Rambru said that because he belongs to a rich family, so he was able to afford to buy the drugs, and Prachi doesn't have the money to buy the drugs, and she doesn't even have the courage to sell it either, and everyone was busy searching for the culprit, whereas he is the main culprit. The inspector asked the constable to lock Rambru, and Rambru asks that will they let Prachi go now, and the constable takes him to lock up. Rhea comes to meet Nishant and gave him the money, and Nishant says that he likes Rhea's attitude and he offers partnership to Rhea, but Rhea scolds him for offering partnership in his crime to her, and Nishant asks Rhea that how many marks would she give him. Rhea asks Nishant to take the money and stay away from her, and she can never give him any mark, and Nishant asks that what if he asks for more money, then will Rhea still tell him to stay away from her? In the mirror house, Mahesh checks the camera and said that 24th camera is missing, and also the footage cannot be found. Abby and Vikram get worried, thinking that where did the camera and the footage goes. Rhea was still with Nishant and she asks Nishant to take the money and leave, but Nishant holds Rhea's hand and says that Rhea rejected his business proposal. Rhea pushed Nishant away and Nishant asks Rhea to give him more 5,000 or else he would expose her. Nishant holds Rhea's hand and asks her to kiss him, and Rhea asks him to leave her, and Pragya was going from there in a taxi, and she stops the taxi and comes to where Nishant was harassing Rhea. Pragya asks Nishant to leave Rhea alone, and Nishant says that Rhea is his friend, and Pragya says that Rhea is her daughter. Pragya asks Nishant to respect Rhea's decision and it is not by force if Rhea doesn't want to come close to him. Nishant then told Rhea that he would speak to her later and Nishant leaves from there, and Rhea thanked Pragya for saving her. Pragya asks Rhea if she knows who did this to Prachi, but Rhea said that she doesn't know anything, and Pragya asks Rhea if she did this to take revenge from Prachi, but Rhea said no. Rhea feels bad for Pragya and she leaves from there without telling Pragya the truth. In the mirror house, Abby says that he knows that it is the same person that compromised with the camera footage that kept drugs in Prachi's bag to frame her as well. At the police station, the lady constable comes to Prachi and opens the lock, and Prachi asks if they are going to court or if her mother or Mr. Mera has freed her, and the lady constable told her that a guy came and confessed to his crimes, and Prachi is now proven innocent. Rhea told Pragya that she doesn't know anything about what is happening, and she cries, and Pragya asks her not to cry as everything would be fine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again in my next video. Stay blessed, stay fabulous, and stay safe. Bye guys.